Sure looks like they had a big time here last night, didn't they? Look at this mess. For goodness sakes. Solo cups everywhere. Just everywhere. Take me all day to clean this mess up. Good Lord. Really. Till 4 o'clock in the morning? And who's here to help me clean it up? Not a single one. I'm serious. This boss of mine, this guy, he should be in the loony bin. He's got to be nuts. Totally crazy. Totally. Here I am while they all sleep it off, working away. Now, I'm sure you've heard the story, right? This boss of mine has 2 boys. The one, he's everybody's dream. Boss could go away for a whole year, and I swear they wouldn't miss a beat. That farm would be so well kept. It's kind of like you can count on 2 things. The sun coming up in the morning, and that boy showing up to do what he needs to do. Around the farm, it's all about getting things done on time. He's the definition of Mr. Responsibility. Now, then there's son number 2. Woo. Son number 2 goes to his dad, and says, "Hey, Dad, got a nice little inheritance coming here, and what do you say? Give me a little advance on that. Huh? What do you think, Dad?" Of course, Dad loves his boys, you know. Maybe he's a little softer than he ought to be, but he gives the son his inheritance. I'm like, really? Like, how about me, you know? No. Gave the son his inheritance. And the son takes it, and off he goes, happy as a clam. He is partying, carrying on, wasting his money, wasting his health, having a big old time day and night, not a care in the world, right? And then one day he woke up and it was like all gone. And he had to beg. He begged somebody, "Please, let me feed your pigs for a wage." And it wasn't even enough to buy his supper. And he's starving to death, and pigs, and he's like, "Man, those people that work for my dad got it way better than this. I'll just kind of slink back in and see if Dad would give me a job, and at least I have enough to eat for supper. Wouldn't that be something? That'd be worth it." Now, so what does the boss do? What's the boss do? I'll tell you what I would have done. "Sonny, listen to this. Listen here, you little snot-nosed so-and-so. I will tell you something right here and right now. What you did was bad. Wrong. That is not any way to be carrying on with your inheritance for anybody. That isn't the way you were raised. You come slinking back here, tail between your legs, like a dog that's been gone for a year, all matted down and mangy, asking for your job after what you did. Let me tell you something. That's what I'd tell him. If you convince me how sorry you are, and you are sorry, very sorry, after you convince me of that, we'll work out a repayment plan. And you can start working on that. And after you convince me that you give some respect, which I have coming because I am your father, and some integrity in your life, then we'll start talking about place back on the farm. In the meantime, here's a blanket. There's the barn. You sleep out there. That's what I would have told them. I sure would. Isn't that what any sane parent would do? You're supposed to teach your kids right from wrong, right? That's what I would have done. But is that what my boss did? Oh, no. My boss, he goes, here's what he does. He takes this little scoundrel boy and he takes him right out there to Bergner's, and he gets the best suit coat on the rack. Not only if that isn't enough, where do you find a tailor at Bergner's, right? Well, there was one there, mysteriously appeared. Fits that thing right to his body like you can't believe. Fine clothes, I'll tell you. Then they go over to the shoe department. Could we just have a pair of sandals, please? Oh, no. We need the best shoes in the department. Enough, right? Oh, no, that's not enough. We go over there to the jewelry counter, and my boss has the clerk pull out this gold ring. The boy already piddled away his gold. He gets a gold ring, slaps that baby on his finger, and he says, "All yours, son." Now, would that be enough? Yes. Too much? Yes. But then what's the boss do? Let's have a little party. I'm like, really? A party for this scoundrel of yours, this son who piddled it all so bad? Oh, yeah, and it wasn't no little tea and crumpets party. It wasn't any little wine and cheese with a cute little fruit tart by the plate. Oh, no. They go out there and get the biggest calf, which we've been raising for 2 years, and they take it down and have them processed, and we get this big old Brazilian barbecue. I tell you, it was the best food, and there was a band that was dancing away, and there was stuff in them solo cups made people just happy as they could be, I'll tell you, all night long. It was quite a party. That's how come I'm here having to do this all by myself. It was quite a party. Woo! Quite a party. Well, for goodness sakes, you should have seen the guest list. Now, most of us, when we have a party, we think real careful. Let me think. If I invite you, and I invite you, what can you do? I mean, it's kind of one of those, if I invite you, I could scratch your back a little, and then when it's my turn, you could scratch my back a little. That'd be kind of nice. That's who we'd have come to our party. At least somebody we know pretty good. At least somebody we could maybe someday network and they could help us out just a tad, help us move on up in the world just a little bit. But not my boss. No, he invites everybody he's ever met. Even the people you wouldn't think makes the cut. Nada. And you wouldn't think that them people, well, they just come for the party and the free food, Now, I'm not saying that's why anybody's here today, but I'm just saying. But I'm sure you're all fine, deserving people. You know that. You are the boss's guests and all today. You know that, don't you? Anyway, he tells me this, and it's almost embarrassing for me to tell you. But he tells me I'm supposed to tell you something, and I am his servant, so here it is. All I want to say is, this is not me talking. You heard what I think about the whole situation. If it was up to me, it wouldn't be like this. But the boss said to tell you this. He said, yep. He said, he'll be the host here for you every week. Remember what happened 2 weeks ago? He said he'll be here, the host for you every week. And he says, you're supposed to keep on celebrating right through the whole year. That's why they call Sunday a little resurrection every day of the week. And that's why they have one of them little rules of the good Lord's that says, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. I don't think that includes so many soccer games on Sunday morning. Sorry, I don't think it does. Remember the Sabbath, because it's a celebration for life. And I don't know about you, but I kind of need to be there on Sunday because sometimes during the week, well, I can just get detoured, you know what I mean? I can find myself in a mud hole and those wheels are going zzz, and I'm not going anywhere. I need Sunday morning, and I hope you remember that too. That's what my boss wanted me to say. And he says, now that you've been welcomed in like that good-for-nothing kid with no credentials or no price to come in or nothing, no tickets, just come on in. He says, since you've been welcomed like that, you could go ahead and extend your welcome to everybody else too, just like you were welcomed here. He wants you to celebrate. And whenever you get a chance, he says, bring a friend to the party and treat that person just like it was it's hard to say. Just like it was your son that went off and did the wrong thing. Or your brother, or your sister, or your next door neighbor, or somebody down the street you don't even know. The party's that good, isn't it? To invite them to come with you. That's why we come together on Sunday morning. And to do what it said in that psalm that Mr. Bill here read just a few minutes ago. Shout for joy and celebrate because it's a good thing. It's something to be really, really grateful for and happy about. It's the truth. Ready to dance and ready to celebrate. Well, I had to stop my boss right there, and I said, boss, you do know these people that I'm talking to are Lutherans, don't you? He said, yeah. He said, yeah, but they can learn. They can learn. and when you have somebody show up to the party who you don't know, you just walk right over to them and say, hey, I haven't met you yet. Nice to see you. Glad you're here. Let's party. This is a good thing. Just treat them like they were somebody who came back from the dead, just like Jesus did. Just treat them like you've been treated. Welcomed in here. No account of your own. Just come on in and be welcomed. The boss said to also tell you, everything, this whole world, that big old ball spinning around in the universe, everything in this world is for you. It's for you. And if that ain't reason enough to celebrate, I don't know what is. So, today, every Sunday, partake. Celebrate. Woo! This is the day the Lord has made. Amen. Amen.